Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, let me say thank you. Thank you to all the best wishes. We haven't been feeling well in the last couple days there, and this was our first sort of video since that, and we actually streamed last night as the release of this video. Again, appreciate it, caps, love the and appreciate all the support, the well wishes. I do really appreciate it, so thank you. Just wanted to get that out of the way before we get into the video. Now we can say hit that like button, but also if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing to the YouTube Bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now that said, here we go. Yes, so we're gonna catch up on some of the news, especially the big stream that had just happened recently. So as we go through it, we're gonna drop our 2 ECs and then at the end give our conclusion. So my console caps, if you have not yet gotten the free tier 6 coupon that was given from the anniversary event, it is still available. And it's going to be available until the 21st. As the drop of this video is the 20th. So we still got a day here. And all you got to do in the console bridge or on the console bridge is go to the Zen store, promotions tab, and claim it. That's it. Then you get a free tier 6 ship. If you've already done it, let me know what ship you got in the comments below. So thought we'd get that out of the way. So we're going to go over this at the very end. So we'll go over here first. Star Trek Online will have maintenance on all platforms March 20th, 5 a.m. You can find the patch notes here for PC. There are no patch notes for console. So I don't know if that actually means that they did not fix or they did fix the elite random TFOs. We're going to have to find out. Captains, let me know in the comments below if they did or did not yet, and or if we just had to keep on waiting, especially on console. So, PC patch notes, not a lot. Resolved an issue causing captains to be unable to reclaim the Tholian Technology Suite kit module from the event Reclaim store. So there you go. Now it is available for all of your tunes. If you finished it, you bought out the event, there you go. Resolved an issue that prevented Azure Nebula Rescue and Vault Ensnared from giving choice of marked rewards during the event. That was indeed a bug. First thing we noticed when we finished the first time run through. But it was already actually last couple runs. We were already getting the choice marks of everything. So resolved an issue with console universal fleet power network array power overriding some firing modes. Okay. Resolved an issue that caused elite command Kodai Federation fighters to not have the appropriate high ranks of fighter squadron ability. So there you go. I believe I heard or saw a comment on these Kodai fighters when the fix was the Type 7 shuttles, saying, how about now fix the Kodai? Well, there you go. If that was the issue, hopefully that was now or is now resolved as of this patch. So there is that. So now we go to this. So today at 3, which already is done, we're having our first all fans, all hands. I like that. As CEO Phil Fraser and executive producer Jared Fisher-Stowe and Brett Norton, Neverwinter and Champions Online, join us to talk about what's coming up in all our games. So what we had done last night, and I'll link the stream below or it'll be at the end card, is during the stream, we actually just watched the stream in its entirety or listened to it. And I think it was great. I think it was a great stream, and I'm going to link it in the description below. I highly recommend you captains actually watch it. Just kind of listen to the background. I believe as much as we're going to go over the notes, I think it's better to hear it from the man himself, the man being Phil Fraser. So we watched it, but here on 10 Forward Weekly, it was actually, or on Stowe Reddit, it was actually converted here by Sajukar. So huge shout out to Sajukar for giving us a note. So we're going to go through this. This may take a little bit, but after listening to the stream, there's a lot of good information in my opinion. So here we go. Short term of the transition from Cryptic to Deca will be more people involved in the game's development. There's nearly daily calls between Cryptic staff and Deca staff on things like development, roadmaps, what players want from the game, etc. Long term, Phil thinks Cryptic will take more of a support function as more of the primary development moves to Deca. So I thought that this was pretty significant in terms of exactly what's happening with the transition to Deca, which is, I didn't know, because how Ambassador Kale almost kind of questioned it at that moment was, so is Deca going to be supporting Cryptic? No, Cryptic is going to be supporting Deca. This is literally going to Deca. Stowe is going to Deca. And Phil being very open about it was very sincere. And that's kind of the theme. And that's why I want you captains to listen to that 10 forward stream, as all of his interactions, anytime that he spoke, he was just very sincere, very straight to the point, not really beating around the bush. And I really, really appreciated that. So I can't say it took things too negatively away from that stream, but we'll get more into that as we go through the notes here. So yeah, it's going to be more Cryptic supporting Deca until Deca fully takes it over, in my opinion. Will there still be remnants of Cryptic in Stowe in the future? I think so, probably, at least in the short term. And when I mean short term, probably the next year, 2 years. But conversations with Deca began in November 2023, and when you think about that period of time, it makes sense. It really does. Plan is that transition would take around a year, but between hiring and training, it might be longer. Makes sense. You take new people coming into Stowe, trying to learn the code, the spaghetti code that is Stowe, it's going to take a while. None of Cryptic's game are going to be sunset. This is the most important takeaway, which has already been stated by Phil in that video that we did of his post on Stowe Reddit. None of these games are going to be sunsetted. That is great news. The plan really going forward is to keep developing Star Trek Online, which, as a obviously fan of this game, the game that we majorly play, a sigh of relief is what I'm thinking, and I hope you captains too, because I really do feel that, a sigh of relief, and to know that it's not going to be sunset anytime soon. I think that all of our confidence should be pretty high in that statement. Having said that, things are not set in stone. A lot of things could happen. But if their intent is to keep supporting Stowe, and obviously if Stowe keeps making money, and we'll get into that a little later, it just would not make sense for people to just sunset. Now, from the sounds of it, it sounded like Stowe was the major money maker. Then came Neverwinter, and then Champions Online. It sounded like when they went over the Champions Online part, and I think we'll probably get into the notes here, it seemed like it was, yeah, there's going to be updates, not a lot, but there's going to be stuff coming. So, as per the current plan, intent is to keep the games running for a long time. Licenses with Paramount/Wizards last several more years, which is, again, great news. At the very least here, we're not talking the timeline that I was thinking about of 3 to 5 years. It's going to be longer than that. So is 10 out of the question? I don't think so. But again, 10 years is a lot of time. 3 years is a lot of time, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I feel positive vibes. Stowe is called out every quarter for being a top performing title in Embracer's back catalog. So there you go. How much? We don't know. But that's kind of where I got that where the 3 games kind of stacked in the totem pole, where Stowe being on top, Neverwinter, and then Champions Online. DECA's plan to maintain the relationship with people at Paramount/Trek actors. DECA staff is being trained in that right now, which it makes sense, right? It's more just how to get personnel or actors to become a part of the new season, upcoming season, or seasons beyond, right? They can't just plan it on the whim. These things take time. They have to plan ahead. And it sounds like this is going to be DECA's first swing at a sort of game like this, right? And again, Star Trek is a very huge IP. Not as big as the other IPs out there that start with Star, but it's a pretty big and niche IP, and I think they see that, and that's why I'm really confident in all of what we heard over that stream, because it just sounded like all very positive reinforcements. No planned changes for Stowe, Neverwinter Champion, updates, module release schedule, current release size is rough indicator of future releases. So, Stowe plans. Now, I'm just going to show this. This was part of the stream. It's right here. I absolutely love this, the calendar of events. It's been a while since we've had a calendar to show what's going on there, and I appreciate this. So, as you can see there, this is what they went through, and of course it's probably in the notes here anyways. March, so March is almost over, but of course the Tholian event, of course the T6 Orion Devar that we went through, but there is a new Mud bundle coming. 2 popular ship packs inside, or ship picks inside. So I have yet to buy a Muds bundle. I don't think I'll start unless I really only have the ship that I want, but at this point in time, I have all the ships that I do want, but we'll have to wait and see, and of course, we will definitely cover that, and of course, that is on PC. Console, of course, the anniversary launch, the 14th bundle will be coming, and then we transition into April. PC, First Contact Day event, along with a new ship from seen in Star Trek Beyond. So, a ship from the KT universe is coming. So, I'm going to be interested to see what that is. A lot of us, from a long time, have been wanting more KT ships to get in Star Trek Online. It's going to be interesting to see what actually this ship is and how we're going to get this ship. It doesn't say. Could be the reward. I don't know. I don't remember them hearing that the ship would be the reward, but just other than a ship is coming from Star Trek Beyond. Console, First Contact Day, plus of course the T6 Orion Devar as well in April. Then we go to May. So in May, on PC, new Iconian event and new reward. I wonder what that means, other than just maybe an event where all the Iconian TFOs get amalgamated together, Herald Spear, Grethor, and we just do those 2 for the whole event. But the new reward, we'll have to see. And I bet this is probably part of the event campaign as well. There's going to be a new ship bundle. I probably think it's going to be the second part of the 14th anniversary, the Freedom class and the Prototype Nebby is my guess. Because there's a new season coming along as well in May. And console, of course, the Tholian event now goes there, and plus the new ship. And then going into June, PC, a new Mud bundle again. And console, the new season. So that's, again, I love this. This is what we've been asking for. I don't think it's too hard to kind of just do this, even if it's just a month. Just let us know what's going on in the month. It just gives us an idea of what to look forward to. And when you build excitement for something, it just makes you feel better about the overall product in general. Of course, now we'll go here. Again, kind of things that we've already gone through there, but we also talk about season 32, name not finalized. Of course, it's continuation of Kings and Queens story. 1 new episode, 1 new TFO, an endless battle arena like Sompak. So it sounds like it's a ground if they're comparing it to Sompak. So you're gonna have to wait and see what that is. New ship added to Infinity Lockbox, new event and new reward. New feature Cryptic hasn't done before. I believe this is the one where he's, oh, there it is, right there. So running a Star Trek VA as guest celebrity Denise Crosby based on spoilers. That's awesome. Development on next season ahead of schedule. New feature, one word hint is token. So seems to be a joke. We were discussing this on the stream last night, and I said I don't want another T6X3. That'd just be ridiculous. It's just overkill, in my opinion. But it would be nice if we had to be able to token to be able to get one of our promo ships to buy that token. And I had this idea a long time ago, and all they're using is a system in place, but it's the same thing. If I wanted to transfer a promo ship to another character, I would pay 3,000 Zen for it per character change. Would it be nice if it was account unlock? Of course. But a per character change, you're making money. You already made money from us getting the promo ship. Either that be making lock boxes or opening lock boxes or whatever. Some people just want to transfer that ship to another character, whether it be another tack tune, another side tune, another theme character, whatever. I think they'd be pretty profitable to do that. And that would be my wish of what this token would be. Not sure what others think, so captains, let me know in the description below. What token would you want to see if they're actually going to be doing it? But it sounded like it was a new system feature, so we'll have to see. I'm not going to go over the Neverwinter plans, but it was nice to listen to it. Just to know that, again, they're going ahead full steam. They're not stopping. They're still going on. And whatever that transition is going to be, again, it's not affecting them as of yet. Then they went over the champion stuff. And then they went back to Stowe. So we'll go over this now again. No current plans in the near future for Cardassian, Romulan, and Jem'Hadar ships. Now, what a funny moment. Phil said Jem'Hadar. Jem'Hadar. That was like the most funniest thing. He said Jem'Hadar. Oh, I'll give him a pass. Because again, up to this point, for the whole interview at the end, he was just being very sincere, straightforward, and that's why I'm recommending you captains watch that 10 forward. And this was interesting to hear. Cryptic had 2 games in development in 2023, one planned for 2025, another 2027. Both games were canceled by Embracer. Cryptic has no games in development right now. Cryptic is in wait and see mode for Embracer's new process for getting games greenlit. Makes sense. The transition period, money is moving more or less with people leaving and all that stuff. So they're just doing a restructuring. And whenever a company does a taking over or goes into other hands, there's always going to be that period of just takeover. And like as we read earlier, they think it's going to be about a year until DECA, at least minimum, that DECA will be able to take fully, like Stowe fully over. While DECA is known for maintaining games but not updating them, they will be updating Cryptic games as previously stated. They are staffing up. I loved hearing that, staffing up, and we've known that already of some of the posts that we've seen on Reddit where they're saying they're hiring people. I love that. So this is the first time DECA's taken a swing at something like this. So it might be a little rough, and they're gonna develop that sort of system in their own way. We're gonna see how that pans out, but their intent is, yeah, let's just keep going. Let's put the people in place that we think we need or we need. And it sounds like they're getting experienced people, which I absolutely love. So they are staffing up, have an org chart for significant development for these titles for some time. Again, just the positive reinforcement. DECA is based in Berlin, but have staff worldwide. No plans for using AI in the game's development. Interesting. Cryptic very well informed to what is happening / transition. People are choosing to leave for other projects. Some are stepping up to take on larger roles. Phil says there will be more people leaving / coming in. Cryptic staying long-term on the games will be determined by how much DECA can ramp up into production, and if they need help with stuff like servers. Short-term, you will see a blend of Cryptic DECA people. What it will be like in 4 years, Phil doesn't know. Again, very honest. Why would he know? As much as they would want to say, yeah, in 4 years, this is where we're going to be at. No, it's never worked that way. In any meetings that I've had planning 3, 4, 5, 10 years, it's just never gone that way. And that's okay. It's okay not to know, but it's the intent. And again, Phil's intent was not only to reassure us, but also just to be very transparent. And again, I just got that very genuine vibe from him, and I absolutely adored it. And I said at the end of the stream there, I felt like this is the most informative stream probably ever for me personally. So I don't know what you caps think. Let me know in the description below. But it was a very good stream that had a lot of information that reassured me. I feel very reassured because of Phil. And I hope we get more of Phil somehow, somewhere, whether it be streams or just him making posts or something like that. But being a CEO of a company is you're pretty busy. But in terms of the people leaving, again, with the comments that we've made in the previous videos, yeah, people are going to have to look out for themselves and do what's best or what they think is best for them. And we wish them all the best. The one person I want them to try to retain is Thomas. I feel like without Thomas, none of our ships of Star Trek Online would have gotten to Picard. So that's my hope. That's my wish in terms of the staffing. Keep Thomas. I feel like I'm not going to say Stowe won't go on without him, but he has a certain passion for Stowe that has shown in the work that he's done, which is why we got the Stowe ships in Star Trek Picard Season 3. So, Celestial Enhancements issue on preview for an event window is known and being looked into. No current plans for changes for maintenance windows. Staff that is based in US plan to stay here, might change in the future if DECA gets the server stuff spun up. No current plans to change engine for any of the games. Would take like 3 to 5 years of the games being offline to transition games into new engine or to new engine. This is some good stuff. DECA has started looking into the feasibility of something like an Unreal port. Doesn't mean it will happen. It depends on the cost-benefit analysis. Cryptic has looked at what it would take to update the engine. The cost of that kind of change is millions. He actually said 10 million, possibly over there, 10 millions. Changing the engine doesn't automatically mean the game gets better. Would have to go through redo an old content and actually make the game better. Cryptic couldn't find a case where the cost would be worth it. DECA might do their own analysis and come to a different conclusion. If they do, they will tell us, and that will be on DECA. So again, that is confirming definitely DECA is just going to be just taking Stowe. So is there performance issue in Stowe's? Yes. I think it would be great if they can do an upgrade. I think what's better if they fix any of the underlying bugs. I think spending more time finding the bugs, fixing them, as opposed to going for a new engine, would be more cost benefit for Stowe because it would keep the customers happy, right? No more bugs. I feel that, those days where I don't have a loadout bug, my buffs stay in place when I switch ships or switch maps, those are good days. And I'd rather have more like all days like that as opposed to a new engine, if I'm being honest, especially if a game has to be taken offline for 3 to 5 years. No, I would rather just them fix all the issues. So they're going to tell us. Phil is going to do introductions between the Paramount/Wizard staff and DECA staff to help transitions between new staff and IP holders. No worry about Zen/Lifetime going away after the transition, which is good. Update, so I'm going to touch on that very quickly. Lifetime sales, always get them on sale, obviously. On PC, to get the cost back in Zen that you get monthly would be 2.5 years. So if you bought the Lifetime this year or planning to buy it this year, I think you're going to be safe, because with the IP having a contract of several years, with all of what we've heard, I think there's no worries. And I love how Phil actually addressed that, saying, hey, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about anything, but hey, it's your money. I'm just telling you, you should be good, which I really did appreciate. Update short term will be from Cryptic, medium term Cryptic / Deca, long term, we'll see. They don't know. Because maybe Deca in the next couple of years, right? Deca might be in the swing of things, but hey, say, you know what? This is a lot. Let's maybe have a small portion of Cryptic helping us while we are the majority of doing the updates of, we might want Cryptic's hands still in the pie while we're still transitioning fully. But a full transition might still include Cryptic. So, but again, we'll have to wait and see. This part was hilarious because this is how they kind of ended, and discussions are happening between Phil and Mike and the staff at Deca on when the Deca community manager will make introductions, probably in a few weeks, 3 or less. It's funny because on that note, that's when Kale killed the interview. Okay, so on that, so we're gonna find someone to raid, because of course it felt like to me it was like his job security, but I don't think Kale's going to go anywhere within Cryptic. He might leave Stowe, might leave Cryptic on his own volition, which of course he's put on his LinkedIn. But that's up to him, right? Has he contributed a lot to Stowe? I think so. I have no qualms with Ambassador Kale. Mike, we've had him here on the channel. We've interviewed him. I tried to get him back here again. I will try and hopefully we can do it again. But, if the new community manager from Deca comes on board here, I'd like to see and I hope that they're actually a true Star Trek fan. I'm not saying Ambassador Kale isn't. There's different levels of being a fan. I know I'm not the huge Star Trek fan where I know all the lore. I just know what I like from Star Trek, which is the ships, the pretty pew-pews. That's me. I love characters, obviously, some characters here and there. I'm not one of those Star Trek fans where I can recall an episode from season 1, episode 10. No, I'm not that type. But I would love to see a new community manager have just that sort of Star Trek love that we all do. Some sort, at a basic level, we have a common love for Star Trek, and I'd love to see that in the new community manager. But again, this stream, this 10-4 stream, was probably one of the best streams and very informative. And all I can take from it is just very positive vibes. And I do hope that we get more of this in the future. It sounds like we will. At least that's kind of how I'm sort of taking it. But for the most part, it's good news for Stowe. The long term of life of Stowe is still good. 3 to 5 years, it feels like I can move that to 10 years at this point. But again, a lot can happen within years' time. But at the very least, the next 2-3 years, we can see a huge transition into Deca. And then about 3 to 5 years, we can see what Stowe looks like under Deca. And then beyond that, well, again, it's anybody's guess. Because at the end of the day, a product just has to be profitable for it to be keep on being supported. So let's just hope that they can make great content and that anything that comes from Deca will just be successful. Because again, if Stowe is successful, we're all laughing, right? We get all to stay here on the bridge. We all get to enjoy the game we all love, and we get to just keep pew-pews in a way. So, Caps, we're gonna leave it there. I think it was just a great stream, so I really highly recommend you watch it. We'll link it here in the description. The stream that we just did, listening to it, so you can hear kind of our 2 ECs that we drop while we're listening to it, but I'll also link in the description the actual stream from their Twitch channel. Hit that like button, comment below, just let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? And what do you think is going to be Star Trek Online's shelf life? I'm really curious. But also, if you're not subscribed yet to the YouTube Bridge, consider subscribing. And again, my caps, thank you for all the well wishes. Though we're not 100%, we're getting there. Felt like I kind of turned that corner here today. So, captains, I love you all. Thank you so much for the support here on the YouTube Bridge. We're going to leave it on this note until the next video.
Live long and prosper.